Mars's atmosphere is much less dense than the Earth's. It only has about 1% of the density of the Earth's atmosphere. However, we're pretty sure that Mars had a much thicker atmosphere in the past because there's such strong evidence for running water on the surface. And to have running water, Mars's atmosphere had to be much thicker. Now, MAVEN is going to look at how Mars lost its atmosphere, in particular, whether it could have lost its atmosphere to space. For example, if there was a large solar eruption, if the solar wind increased in strength, we could then look at how the atmosphere gets lost in each of these situations. Because Mars is in the solar wind, a lot of the loss comes from these ions and electrons that are escaping. And the Particles and Fields package is designed to look at the escape of the charged particles from the atmosphere. We have the solar wind ion analyzer, which measures the incoming solar wind. Then we have a solar wind electron analyzer, which measures the incoming solar wind electrons. We have the Langmuir probe and waves instrument, and that measures solar ultraviolet. It also measures low-energy electrons that might be escaping from it. Then have the static instrument. It will give us the composition of what is escaping, whether it's CO2 or hydrogen or helium and so forth. The solar energetic particle instrument, SEP, measures high-energy particles from the sun, and those particles will hit the atmosphere and cause a lot of damage. And finally, there's a magnetometer, which will measure the magnetic field in the solar wind and the magnetic field of Mars. Mars is the only planet besides the Earth where you really have a chance that life might have formed. The conditions for life are water, running water, and a reasonably thick atmosphere. We have a chance now to see whether that was in fact what Mars had early on, and whether the atmosphere was lost by this means. So we think it's an extremely important mission to do.
Engine start, ignition, and liftoff of the Atlas V with MAVEN, looking for clues about the evolution of Mars through its atmosphere.